What's going on, people? It's your boy Uche again. Shout out to all the people who actually appreciate my message, who actually take something away from my words, okay? Shout out to one or two of y'all. Even if my message reaches one person, two people, three people, it doesn't matter. That's okay. I may never get to have millions of views. I may never get to, you know, go viral to, to the point that where literally everybody sees my message. But the people who see my message and take something away from my message, I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you're able to take something away from my message, like I am as well, because I listen to my own message. But I want to come out here and talk about the human mind, okay? The human mind is made up of two different parts, the logic and the emotion. Both of these are very important, okay? They have to be in balance for you to maximize your experience in this world as a human being, occupying space and time, okay? The mastery of the mathematics of logic is called IQ. The mastery of the mathematics of emotions is called EQ. Okay, EQ essentially is emotional intelligence. If you don't know what that is, look it up, Google it, check it out on YouTube. I've talked about this so many times. You can check some of my older videos, and through God who strengthens me, I'll try to do more videos to explain what that is. But we talk a lot about IQ, but not enough of EQ. And there's a reason why, because of capitalism, of course. And America drives this shit, all the way to the end, Chad. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to be breaking down what IQ is or EQ is in this video. Do that research on your own. But I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, in order for you to maximize your being as a human being occupying space and time in this world, you need a balance of both. Not one more than the other. You must have a balance of IQ and EQ, both of them, for you to maximize your stay in this world, okay? Now, if it is lopsided, this is what happens. If you have more IQ than EQ, it will manifest in riches. You will become extremely wealthy in this world. This is how you become a billionaire, maybe even the first trillionaire. But yes, if you have more IQ, this is because the world is reeking of mathematics. There's mathematics everywhere. Mathematics is logic, and your ability to decipher and discern that mathematics will be rewarded in finances. That's just the way this world operates. However, if you have more EQ than IQ, like it is flipped on the side where you have more EQ than IQ, you will die young. Yes, you will. You will not live long. And this is not necessarily because of the S word, like you will unalive yourself. No, this is just because think of it like God being merciful on your soul to take you away from this world that is so wicked. Because the more you are in this world and the more you feel things from a much deeper level in this world, the more your body is disintegrated, if that makes sense. It is killing your body, if that makes sense. So, therefore, the love of God or the grace of Jesus Christ, as the Christians would say, will take you from this world so you don't suffer that much, okay? Um, the first person to bring this to my idea a few years ago was someone who was talking about Jesus and why Jesus didn't live that long. And it's interesting enough. When I was a kid, I thought about it. How come, if Jesus was so smart and he's full of love, blah, 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 how come he didn't live that long? I think, according to the Bible, he died in his 40s or something like that. I thought that was strange, like, even as a child, I thought that was strange. Like, it would make sense for Jesus to live up to 100 years, like so he can maximize his stay in this world, blah 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 blah. And the person brought it into my head because he said Jesus was higher in love than he was in wisdom. And I remember the first time he said that, it just didn't make any sense. Like, Jesus higher in love than in wisdom? Like, what are you talking about? That guy is the epitome of wisdom. But now I understand it. I understand what it is about Jesus that is higher in love than wisdom. And also, I know I sound like I'm rambling. Trust me, I'm making sense. Shout out to all the people who actually understand what I'm talking about. I think there's a verse in the Bible that said something along the lines of, no one has ever been to heaven and returned. And that it makes sense. You have to have a great deal of love for you to be in heaven and leave heaven to come back to the shithole. And that is what the amount of love that Jesus had to be in heaven where things are perfect, to walk away from that to come down to this place because of the amount of love that he has. I know it doesn't make any sense, okay? But because of Jesus's emotional intelligence or EQ, his extremely high emotional intelligence is the reason why he did not live long in this world, because this world will eventually choke you out. In this situation, he was unalive in this world, okay? And he was wise enough, he was smart enough to know that, yet he leaned into it. I know I'm rambling, but again, if none of this makes any sense, but remember, just remember, take away from this video that there are two things in the human mind: logic and emotions. You need both of these to be able to maximize your being in this world. Okay, think about logic as your Adam or your masculine energy, and emotions as your Eve, your feminine energy. This is the yin and yang manifesting in this realm, and in humans it manifests as men and women, but both of them has to be in completion. They both have to come together to make one whole. Okay, just like a man and a woman have to come together to make a child, same thing too happens in your mind. Okay, the logic and the emotion have to come together for you to maximize your stay in this world. But when you see the perversion in this world, and polarity is telling you that one is better than the other. When you see patriarchy putting men on a pedestal, the exact same thing too. This word is so perverse that it puts IQ on a pedestal more than EQ. And anyone who agrees with this, anyone who maximizes or capitalizes on IQ more, you will become wealthy in this world. I'm telling you, you will become a billionaire. The world will reward you for this, but it is to your own detriment. Okay. Conversely, if you are someone who patronizes your EQ way more than your IQ, you would die. You would die much quicker. Okay. The best thing to do is to maximize both. And I know that is unfortunate because EQ is not talked about enough. Okay, and I've been saying this for such a long time. If a little black boy like me from all the way from my back can figure this out, trust me, someone else can figure this out. What will save you? What will save the school system in America is a total revamp of the school system, incorporating heavy EQ curriculum. But that's not going to happen because that will be the death of capitalism. Okay, because once EQ is introduced in America, that will be the end of America. Okay, America is a capitalistic country. Okay, EQ will kill it. Matter of fact, I don't even trust America to implement EQ in its system because America is such, everything is just a business. America, like literally every single thing, someone will find a way to capitalize off of that. It will become a whole fucking business. Sort of like the whole insurance thing being a scam in America. I'm sure that the first person who thought about insurance had good intentions, but the greed of man as a result of being part of a capitalistic system kicks in. Now look at insurance. Insurance is a fucking scam. It just is. Even though it was introduced to help people, now look at it. So I don't even trust a capitalistic nation like America to incorporate or push EQ because it will just be an agenda, propaganda. Someone would like to capitalize off some shit. But essentially, if you incorporate EQ in the school systems, okay? Every problem that you think you've ever had in America will disappear and capitalism will be dead. Okay? But instead, we push IQ, IQ, IQ because the pushing of IQ, or at least the mastery of logic, of the mathematics in this world, brings money. That's how countries are able to brag about their GDP. We're power this and we're power that. And as a result, people suffer. People suffer because there is no more love. There is no more connection. There is no more oneness. There is no more empathy. Apathy is the red carpet that capitalism walks on. Okay? If you know, you know. If I let me stop, Chad, before they start investigating my ass, Chad. If you know, you know. Ooh, how that little dude be cool.